Hello. Welcome to our neck of the woods. Hello. Welcome to our neck of the woods. Sorry about that, and thanks for bearing with us, everyone.
All about the other camera.
So today is the day. What does that mean? All the stuff going on in the world today. Today is the day. Today is always the day, because you can't do anything about yesterday, and you can't do anything about tomorrow. Right? So, I know that was a little misleading, and I do apologize if you guys thought it was a big announcement. But today is the day, because the now moment. This is the one you need to live in. So, hi everybody out there. Welcome today. I'm actually going to open this up for conversation early. And I thought, you guys want to come up and talk? Go ahead and I want to keep it positive today. I'd like to keep it really, really positive, because with all the chaos going on in the world, I want us to be the eye of the storm, the beautiful middle that goes untouched, the calmness. So I will, without further ado, go ahead and invite conversation. So Yeah, no, there was no big Intel drop. There was no big anything. Today is
Not
the
that
day
we've heard.
because you have to live in today. You can't live in yesterday and you can't live in tomorrow. You have to live in today. So, yeah. Anybody, please. I don't want to start talking about news. So, what else can we talk about? Oh, looking over my most favorite cookbook of all time. I was looking over that the other day, and I was
Yes.
loving the way it was put together. Except that I would want like the household tips, the household hints, like for cleaning, for laundry detergent, recipes, tips, tricks, peroxidal lift out ink. If you guys didn't know that, even Sharpie ink, even out of fabric, but you need to be very careful using it, or it can also destroy color. But anyway, I want to put all those kind of tips together, and I want to have that be a section in the book, as long as, and also like when you guys, when anyone out there in YouTube land, in our community, sends me some recipes, which I hope somebody sends me something soon. Put in things that you can use, like that folks that aren't familiar with the ingredients that we use. If there's a substitute, right? Or if there's like if you're making a dish and you can substitute certain things in the dish and make them like gluten-free or vegan, put that tip in there so we can say, hey, if you change this one or two ingredients to this, you know, it makes it a vegan dish and it's still rather enjoyable or what have you. And I would
or
love
even one with sugar in it, because some people do have diabetes. You know, if you can, another trick to make it sweet without all that, with the fake sugars and everything, and make it natural. That's another way. It's, just little things.
I have an answer for you, Dawn. Are you ready for the answer? I said the bird is a word. I said the bird is a word. Sorry, little humor, just a little humor. So, and thank you, Tracy. Please do put it on your to-do list. I would like to start gathering, but we're gonna have a section for seasonings and making your own dressings and things like that. Making your own cooking seasonings. And I'll put in there my recipe, but I'll also put what I do personally that I enjoy, right? That I add more dill. I like my recipe calls for dill weed. I add dill weed, but I also add dill seed because I like the potency of the dill seed, that flavor in my ranch dressing, and I put extra garlic in as well. So I do that.
Mm-hmm. It is good.
It's phenomenal. Man. It's like
it beats.
It's like using Clausen pickles to make your dill relish. It's beautiful. It's an amazing flavor. But those are my favorite pickles, so. Yeah. So I mean, we can change over to food.
We don't mind. I've got to sit down anyhow. I'm trying to get this worked out in my head a little bit.
Yes, LHS. I would love to do that. Do I have your number? Have you emailed me that information? I will reach out to you. You let me know when's a good time, and I'll reach out to you. Hey, love pugs. Meg, Tracy, Polly, Betty, Shiv, everybody. Hello. Frank Stein. Good vibes. That's right. Good vibes. Today is the day. So, I love dill. Oh, dill. It's one of the most fragrant, earthy. There's something to dill. It refreshes the mind. It really does. And if you think about it, like when you smell dill, like when you freshly pick it, or oh, just and it's refreshing. It's like it lifts your spirit up, you know. And there are a lot of herbs that do that. An example is rosemary. Rosemary will lift your spirits, right? Rosemary also has properties that are beneficial. So if you were to like boil some water for tea and set a little bit aside and put some rosemary in a dish and let that fragrance fill the air, you're gonna find that if you have any respiratory issues, it's gonna help you with breathing issues. Um, it's gonna help you with calmness. There are a lot of things, and like you know, we covered some of them, like lavender. Everybody looks at lavender as a stress reliever, and while it is true that it is a stress reliever, it also has some antibacterial and antiviral properties. So, you know, it's a multi-purpose, multifunctional herb, if you will. And I think we have to get away from the way things like that are marketed, because they're going to market it one way, and they're not going to tell you what's good and what's bad about it, or what other things it does. Because if they're making you a blend and they're going to say it's Breathe Easy, okay? And I'll just use Breathe Easy for example. There's an herb in there, there's an oil in there that wakes you up, wakes you up, wakes you up. So if I'm putting on Breathe Easy to help me breathe while I'm sleeping, like if I'm sick, I'll do Breathe Easy I'll do a mixture of things. But if I'm trying to do that and go to sleep, I can't. There's no way, because there's something in it that just keeps my mind going, right? It's like a focus aromatherapy almost. I think it might be the eucalyptus that's in it, because eucalyptus is one of those wake me up herbs. People usually just attribute it to use for sore throats, but it's really it's a good multi-purpose thing too. Hey, shit. So, anybody want to call in? Cheshire Tree of Insight. Cheshire, I would just love to hear your voice, because I know you're from Ireland. And I just love the sound. It's like lyrical, you know? When certain, and you'll notice that you always get drawn, right? A certain way with accents, different world accents. And some of them are just lyrical to you. And that for me is the Scot and Irish. There's something that's just lyrical, and I love it. I could just listen to it talk forever. I have my one CD of Albanac. Albanac. And it's the one where they do the Scottish story, and Raina loves it. She absolutely loves it, and I think it's got a scratch on our favorite song. Who can fix it? Because she really loves that one, Burning Welcome You. But they tell the story, and then they have music tracks, you know, and the music tells its own story, right? It gives you the feeling, and for me, they paint pictures, right? They paint pictures in my head. We're talking full color, smell, vibration in the air type of pictures, living creations in my head when I listen to really good music. Ha! Oh, Cheshire, that's cool. Are you loving it? How does it compare? I bet that's kind of a dream. That's got to be kind of a dream to come true. I mean, for me, it probably would be. So long as I was surrounded by all the green loveliness. and not a lot of the people. Did you post the link again?
Yes, I did.
No, right on.
Right up.
Right on.
Right up here.
So yeah,
Somewhere
from
up in here.
Tennessee to Ireland. Gosh, I'll bet that's an interesting story. If you ever decide to tell it, I'd love to listen. I bet that's a fascinating story. She's probably chuckling right now. Oh, well, good. I'm glad it's nice. I mean,
Money.
does heather grow in Ireland? Can you tell me? Do you know? Or is that only Scotland? You know, I've been trying to find heather. That I know you can grow heather in Ohio, because Ohio supposedly has a very close, like, environment-wise to Scotland, like our cycles, our weather cycles, seasonal cycles. And I've always just wondered that if anybody knows, or if anybody has a heather plant that would love to donate some plants to me, I would be so honored.
Hillbilly upper.
Yeah. That's funny.
You're all right.
A leprechaun and cowboy boots. They have heather. Is it purple? Look, Cheshire. Send me a picture. Please. I do. I want to see. Like, I don't know. It's been on my bucket list since before I knew what a bucket list was. Like, even when I was a little kid. For some reason, I've always wanted to go to Scotland. Always. That's where I want to go. I feel like I've been there. I feel like that's home. And I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But there's a familiarity, you know.
A full Monty. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was sucking up Aunt BB's attention this morning. I couldn't help it. I needed some counseling. Well, that's excellent. So, are you out in the green pastures, or are you near a city, Cheshire? Share some Irish life with us. Well, I know the world's been basically locked down for 2 years. I get it. I know that. I don't know. I know it's worse in some places than in others, but man, them Irish folks, they ain't no wussies. I say that kind of proudly because, a little bit Irish in me too. So every time I'm craving kraut or cabbage, I'm like, oh, well, that one's my German. There's my German acting up. Oh, there's my Irish acting up.
All right, shit. We'll see you after a bit, bud.
Have a good one, man. Frank, if you've ever seen a leprechaun, can I take a loan? Married one. Oh, you guys are great. Hey, Robert, I'm really interested in that deck you have. It is kind of like a medicine deck. I don't know. It kind of feels like it might be something along the lines of like the native medicine wheel type of stuff.
Oh wow, Irish and Cherokee. Right on.
Oh, Cheshire, that is beautiful. That it sounds like a painting. Oh Lord. Heck yeah. Tennessee, stay away from them wicked spirits, man. You know the ones I'm talking about. They don't mix well for the Irish or the Indian. And that combination together, woo-wee. Man of fire.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like that too, Polly. I feel like they are. And I keep seeing paintings in my head. Uh, and I want to paint this one specifically. I don't know why, but I think I'm going to have to, even if it makes no sense to anyone else. Oh, so speaking of paintings, I guess I'll segue into that. What do you guys... Oh, Cheshire, that's even better. I mean, no offense, but you're like a walking historical romance book right there.
Yeah, it's what was that?
It's like my favorite kind.
What was that?
And in Ireland.
Movie
Robert, thank
that you and I watched, and it was
Wait. Somebody said something. I was trying to see
it was that Irish movie that when a girl and her boyfriend died, and she kept going to different things. It was that game, and in the end, she ended up in Ireland and married his best friend.
Say that again?
They met in Ireland and went back to New York, and he died. P.S. I love you.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie.
Almost like just like that movie.
I freaking love that movie.
Just wow.
When I need a good soul cleanser, I need a good booger me up cry.
You ever seen that
I
movie?
watch P.S. I Love You.
You ever seen that one? Yeah, that's a
because that is like
for me.
That cleans you out real good and leaves you with love all the way around.
All the way around.
It's wonderful. Love that movie.
With Gerard Butler.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So, what do you guys think if how should I do this? I want to run an auction for a painting. Do I paint the painting and auction it off, or do I auction off a custom painting of whoever wins the bid's choice? And I'll do any painting they'd like me to do.
I would do the painting and then auction it off, because if you do it the other way around, it could get kind of complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. Not for me. I do custom work. That's what I do.
Well, I know, but they could probably, I don't know. I was just thinking maybe that the person that won it would be wanting a lot of things. I don't know. It's whatever. It's you.
See, that's my job. That's my job right there, to help you figure out what you want and to put it in perspective and to see how to blend it together. And so I know how to ask the right questions to get to where we need to form the picture together. See what I'm saying?
Well, then you just answered your own question.
See?
Well, how do I do it? How do I go about doing this? Does anybody know? I know there are other channels that do that, and I don't know how I go about it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Paint first. Well, I could paint a million things and only one person's going to see one thing that they like. That's why I'm always leery to do that, because canvas costs money, you know? And I try to stay away from that stuff, apparently.
Well, did not want to do that.
Oh.
I would think.
Okay, I see. I'll paint some stuff first.
Oh, didn't he?
to.
What?
Did you mean to do that?
No, what happened?
I don't.
Yeah,
you
you
just
just went
dropped off.
backstage.
You went backstage. That's okay. We brought you
How
back.
did that?
We saved you. You're okay.
Wildlife is always a winner. You're
We got your
right,
back,
buddy.
brother.
I do like to. I like to do.
Wow, that's
And I
trippy.
like to do nature scenes. So
I
you
know,
know what?
right?
I will do. Well, I still have to paint Peace for Nathan too, but I'll start 2 paintings at once because I need to have 2 paintings at once when I'm doing oil work because, you know, I got to let them dry in between. So we'll do that. I'll get on that in the next couple days here. Robert, I love your deck. And I'm not trying to put you on Front Street, brother. But would you pull a card for me today and find out where I am? I have a feeling I know. But I want to see if my feeling is on.
I wish there was a way for me to type in chat
I
and
know.
then
I
still
know. I'm sorry. I wish there was too. That
well
bothers the heck out of me.
restream, StreamYard, Zoom. You don't even get to see none of the chat if you're a guest.
But you're more than welcome to respond to chat, honey, if you got something to say. Go ahead.
I know, but no, I'm just saying. I wish there was a streaming
to
plat.
do it, I guess.
Yeah, a feature
Oh, yes. Artist
of
and poet.
Restream and StreamYard that would allow us to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, even as an option. Yeah.
Right. That
we
your
can-
guests should be able to interact
should
a
be
little
able
bit
to-
with the.
Allow guests to chat or not chat.
Yeah. I agree. And none of those platforms have that on it.
It's a good idea. Maybe I'll email them and say, hey.
StreamYard still is not allowing me to do this rolling ticker. And I've pushed all kinds of buttons, and I'm like, so I started looking at Restream last night. I'm like, why is it cheaper than StreamYard?
Right. Well, yeah. What's cheaper than StreamYard? Restream? I can't use Restream.
Yeah, we can't use
Every time we try to get on anybody's Restream, we have problems. Epic problems.
Really, yeah, it's always
Right.
freezing.
Same here.
Epic problems, but not so much on StreamYard.
Right.
Dawn Light. I want to say something real quick. Dawn Light. Maybe your artistic ability is being able to paint the picture with words and describe it. Maybe you could send me something described out, the feeling of it, the colors, and maybe I can paint it. Maybe I can bring it to life for you. I would sure love to try. That would be great. And Polly, do you sell your paintings? Because you have people that are interested in purchasing some of your paintings, honey.
We just have to email you, or
Thank you,
You're right,
Tracy.
buddy. Streamline. I don't know anything about that. Is that one a free one? Because we need to probably switch over to something
shows chat.
absolutely free soon.
I was thinking about going up to the next package on StreamYard, and I'm like, it. And then I compared it to Restream on the next step up package, and I'm like, why is Restream so much cheaper? It's almost 20. Don't quote me. I think it's almost $15 cheaper.
Well, I will
For
agree with that. And what do they allow you to do, and what they don't allow you to do, and
Right.
what allows you to do, and the other one doesn't allow you to do.
And-
Then you
and
also
between
keep
all-
bandwidth that you're being allowed to have as well. Because some of them, if you look into it, they'll say that you only get so much bandwidth per guest. So-
Well, yeah, you only get so many hours of streaming. That's the
And
only
yeah,
difference
so-
I could tell between the basic and then your other 2 packages that they offer you. Because other than that, it's not really that much difference in any one of those 3 options. And I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jeff uses Zoom. So you
Right.
have to have an app installed for it in order for it to work.
Yes, but you can have up to 30 to 300 participants if you wanted to. But the only bad thing is you can't. Okay, the host can do the chat, and I think that's what Jeff was telling me. But the guests can't. They can't. You can't even see chat.
Unless you're
Wow.
paying for the product.
Uh,
Or their
in
service.
Zoom, no.
Zoom, no.
As far as I can tell, because
Does not
outside.
make any sense at all.
Raina's been in and out, playing in and out all day, and I love it. That she's
because
getting
anytime
out.
I'm on,
The last couple of days, it's been so wet out. I mean, it's just nothing but rain and darkness out there. So she's tickled that it's sunny today.
Hi,
I bet.
Crystal.
Anytime I'm on Jeff and Craig's, if I'm up on panel, I can't see what anyone's chat talking about.
Yeah.
I have to rely on either one of them to mention it.
Yeah. Now, do you use just your hotspot off your phone for your own internet as well, or do you
No,
and phone?
no, we got internet. There's actually
Hey,
three computers running off of it.
Speaking of the color of the sky, has anybody noticed the evening blush?
Yeah, that too.
Has anybody
Been
noticed
beautiful.
every night for like 2 weeks we've had an evening
Hi,
blush here,
Liz.
which is uncommon. It changes usually every night, right?
Is it
And
because
it's
of the
changed a little
volcanoes?
bit. It's a little orange, it's a little pink, but the blush is there every single night. And usually that's a precursor to something else. And our deer, and it's only September, our deer are already dark, like my hair dark. Like they're black come out this year. It's going to be a nice cold one this year.
Is the woolly worms already black? Or how about the
Yeah,
persimmon seed?
We have
How about
solid
persimmon
black
seeds?
brown. We have solid brown band. We have large brown band in the middle with tiny little black on the ends.
And then vice versa. Tiny,
which usually means cold more than it means snow.
The all dark ones, the all black ones, usually mean it's going to be a rough winter. Has anyone checked any persimmon seeds?
I don't have any persimmons that grow up here.
Why?
Well, if you cut it open, if it's a spoon, that means you're going to be digging more snow, or it's going to be a more rough winter. But if it's a fork, or hang on, very rarely is it ever a fork. That's the rare ones. But other than that, it's a knife, which means it's going to be mild.
I heard that. Well, persimmons used to grow in Ohio everywhere, and now they don't. Just like pawpaw fruit used to grow in Ohio everywhere, and now they don't.
Meg has black woolly worms.
We have black squirrels.
Usually on the woolly worms though, that's usually an indication of what it's going to be like, and I don't know.
Y'all know about black squirrels, right? Do you know anything about black squirrels? They do not occur in nature. Well, they do now.
They do now.
But they do.
Hi, Liz.
They do around where we live because we're not far from the Kent University that did the experiments to make black squirrels. And what they were trying to do was make the red squirrels less vicious and more friendly like the gray squirrels. But they also wanted them to be
it was to get rid of the red squirrel.
Yeah, they wanted them to. They wanted them to be like natural enemies of the red squirrel. Well, anyway, we've got red, gray, and black flying.
Yeah,
we've got all kinds of squirrels.
Did you see that in chat?
Which one here? The breaking report.
Frank Stein.
Frank Frank Stein.
Yeah.
I could be related to Frank. I have a lot of Stein relatives. Ha! That's right. Till he takes his pants off, can't find what he put in the pocket that morning.
Huh? No. Man with hole in pockets feels cocky all day.
Yeah.
That's the one I was laughing at. Sorry.
That's good.
Confucius say, man who stained on toilet is high on pot.
That's pretty good. I've heard that one before.
Thank you, Robert. I'll look at it. I'll look at it here in a little bit. I thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate that.
My dad used to tell me he was so poor that the only thing he had to play with was a hole in his pocket.
Yeah. Remember my dad saying that.
Oh yeah.
Pocket pool.
Yep.
And that's what we get blamed for because we were poor. Get out your hand out your pocket. Quit playing pocket pool.
My
No.
little. Okay, I'm going to try and tell this the best, cleanest way I can. My little nephew, when he was real young, he'd always keep his hand on it. I'm like, boy, that thing has a shelf life. Quit. There ain't no little thief to come around and steal that from you.
Right. We're gonna roll cigarettes real quick. I don't want to tap in everybody's ear, so I'm gonna mic us or mute us too. And I turned the camera off so we didn't jiggle everywhere.
Yeah, make everybody
But
busy.
so give me a minute, okay, Monty? And everybody.
Well, the squirrel went berserk. The first Baptist church. That reminds me of Ray Stevens.
Song I was talking about the other day.
Oh. Hey, how y'all doing down there? Yes, Crystal, I did for like an hour and 40 minutes, I think, because I did one just because I was bored. Doing another show today. It's gonna be remote Craig and me, and filling in for Riddle on Sobriety Friday. Gonna do. Well, we're just gonna talk about addiction, readings of scripture and stuff. That's what I have planned so far. It's gonna be on my channel. I put a reminder up, and Tracy shared it and everything. Thank you again, Tracy.
All right. Thanks for your patience.
You know what idiotic thing I went to go do last night after my show?
What?
I started messing with that tooth,
Uh-huh.
wiggling it back and forth, trying to pull it.
Betty told you she'd tell you how to do it.
Well, I decided to leave it alone because when I went to go and clinch down, I could tell I had actually pulled it down just a tad bit, and it's a pretty good little yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know. I've suffered bad teeth,
Almost
like really bad.
almost wanted to punch the wall, and I'm like, I'm just about ready to get a pair of pliers and yank this SOB out. Oh.
Yeah.
I had a shop teacher. He's like, go chase the train down, son.
Hey, Monty, can you drop your channel on private chat?
I'll try.
I think Tracy or Liz or one of them has it.
Somebody asked to drop it. And...
What did I do now?
Now we can.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, we can drop it.
Hang on. How come I was able to do this?
Oh, awesome.
I think that's it.
I love you, Polly. I want to paint that.
Yeah. Yeah, for some goofy reason yesterday, the one I was putting up was StreamYard. I was like, someone called it to my attention, and I was like, oh. So I was, yeah.
Yeah, you know, when we interviewed Mike, he gave
What
out
happened to
our
Robert?
StreamYard link. People were trying to pop into the back. They were trying to sit in the back and just wait, and I couldn't even take callers because they had it full up back there because he gave out my StreamYard link. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just seen him I just seen him on his show before that, and I seen him talking about the two different links.
Yeah, people were trying to help him.
Yeah, see, Tracy's got it.
Okay.
Robert doesn't have a wrench.
I knew Tracy did it. She's on it. Love you, lady. I love all you guys. You guys are awesome.
You didn't get it, so.
Oh.
So yes, so today's the day. Today's always going to be the day, right? That we make our decisions for every day. Honey. So what do you think about that? How do you apply that in your life?
The what? Say that again. Ouch.
Today is the day. Not living in yesterday because it's already happened. You can't change it. You can only learn from it and move on. Right? You can only live in today. You can only plan.
Right.
You can plan for tomorrow, but you still have to live today. So
well, it's just like what Brother Marco says. Hang on. Today is another day to do better. So, I mean, you can't really change what happened yesterday, metaphorically saying yesterday. You can only learn from it and not make the same mistakes as what you've done the day before.
correct.
I guess that's how you'd say it.
That's how
without
I
being too confusing. Oh.
I see your best.
So what time is it in Arizona right now? Inquiring minds want to know.
Who's out in Arizona? Isn't it the same time in Arizona as it is in California? Aren't those the same time zones?
No.
Robert's here.
In Arizona, it's the same time as Kansas in Central Time.
Oh,
but
okay.
I just can't remember. I can't remember if it's in the wintertime it does that or in the summertime.
I thought Arizona was the one place in the world that doesn't change their time zone, or is that only one town in Arizona?
Yeah, there's somewhere around they don't change the time zone at all.
Who knows?
Not time zone.
11:46.
Okay, so they're an hour ahead. No, they're an hour behind.
Well, it's 2:46 here, where we're at. We're in
I know
Eastern.
they're an hour behind me.
Oh, so you're talking about the results that are supposed to be today?
So in the wintertime, I think it's the wintertime that they become the same time as Central. But what's weird is Arizona sits right up underneath Nevada and Idaho and everybody else. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
Illinois, straight down the middle, used to be two different time zones. It used to be Eastern and Central. And then, I don't know how many years ago, but they changed it to where all that whole state is the same.
And now you see how man has convoluted everything down to our freaking time.
Time's a man-made.
All because of
it is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because Native Americans used to look at the sun and tell you when, not exactly precise time, but I guarantee you, because since time is a made-up thing, they can only tell you, hey, it's first of the day, or it's later on in the day, or it's midday.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to be happening in about 10, 12 minutes, huh? Going to get started. Any of you guys that want to go watch, don't feel guilty on our bit. Go watch them.
What's that?
The results supposedly coming out.
Really? Okay.
Yes, Robert.
What?
Yes.
How's it 11? No. Hang on. Hang on. They're saying it's 11:46 there.
Okay, that's 5 hours. Wait,
11:40.
4 hours?
So it's going on
What?
3. So yeah,
What?
that'd be probably.
Oh, 3 hours.
That's California, so Arizona's only 2 hours.
But
And I'm doing Raina's math lessons this week. Oh my lord!
hang on. Has anyone actually looked up the actual Arizona time, or did they just go by the time zone they're in?
Hey Bonnie, can you
Yeah, I'm
audit?
not too sure.
I mean, can you audit? Jeez.
Yeah.
Can you edit and put audition instead, please? I know. I'm just trying to be cautious. Hi, Nancy. How are you today?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Pretty
Mighty
good.
day.
Pretty good.
Just hanging out
We
at home.
can't. We're losing you, hun.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Let's see if we
Give
can.
me 1 second. We're gonna get this.
Echoing.
What?
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
We'll get it figured out.
Can you hear her
See-
fine?
Who, me? No.
Yeah, you. No. So we maybe need to
Deplor-
adjust your mic in the platform.
Deplorable Chicken Hen said in 10 minutes. So,
All right.
an hour behind me.
Is that when your podcast is?
No. When the audition results is coming out, supposedly.
That one. Okay.
Okay.
Wasn't keeping up with it. Knew it was coming today, but just wasn't keeping up with it.
All right, hun.
Oh,
have, a good,
I was more
have a good day, hun.
puzzled about what time it actually was, because usually I keep track of it.
It's mountain time. Which that is, I'm Central Time, and it's 10 till 2. So it would be 10 to 1 out there in Mountain.
So is it winter time that at the same time as us?
No, I think that's Michigan you're thinking about that doesn't change their time. I don't know about Arizona and the time change.
Because my aunt lives in Flagstaff.
Should be a best one to ask about that.
Right?
There.
But I can't call her right now. I'm on my phone.
So is it getting cold up where you guys are?
Thank you, Robert. Yeah, we have a cold front that came in, and now it's nicer today. Not so bad, but last night we fired up the wood stove.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was.
I spent a lot of time in Wisconsin, so I know exactly about those winters. It starts getting real cold.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it freezes.
It's gonna start getting cold again here real soon too.
Yeah.
They said so.
Yeah, it's been in the 60s in the morning here in Texas, and that's unusual. It's usually still pretty warm. It's not warm.
Well, they say it's gonna be a hard winter. Nature's reflecting that it's gonna be a cold winter.
Well, see, you guys are prepared down
Up
here. You don't
here, you have
like
look
you
at the
did.
animals and you look at how the trees fall to sleep, and that'll tell you how your winter's gonna be.
Sorry, I gotta go, guys.
All right, Monty, have a
We'll
good
see
one.
you, Monty.
Love
Thank
y'all.
you. Love you too, man.
I'm jumping over on Craig.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
So you did some. You're doing some recipes, huh?
Yeah, we want to get a bunch. We want you guys to send in some recipes. We're gonna put them together in like a community cookbook, and then we're gonna send each one of you guys a PDF copy of the entire community cookbook once we get it together. And then if we can sell them or whatever, we'll put that money into the channel, into keeping the hours open, things like that, or helping out with whatever. Because we want to do a seed co-op with everybody too. We want to do, get these seeds, heirloom seeds, and plant cuttings and things to each other. So I put it towards postage for that, like the proceeds from the book or what have you. So I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah.
All right, Liz. Real quick. Bye, Liz. See you later, Frank.
Trouble with the
Thanks for stopping
pollination.
in.
It's like isn't happening like it should be happening. I've got plenty of green in my yard, but I think my ducks eat all my bugs.
Yeah. Get kind of crazy, don't they? Chickens
Well, the chickens aren't
scratch
hatched
everywhere.
right now.
Chickens poop as much as they eat. I don't think people realize how much chickens eat.
Yeah, they do. They eat a lot of bugs. And so
Yeah.
ducks eat a lot of bugs
Yeah, the
too.
ducks do too. Yeah. Keep the areas clean, that's for sure.
I don't know, Betty.
But the poop is horrendous.
I don't think the world's going to shut down.
It's going to shift.
It might. You never know. They could shut it all down. They could shut down the release of that, at least across the platforms, right? And flip a switch and turn off the power, and then I assume it would go automatically to an EBS system, like a failsafe switch, right? I assume, but
well,
they put us through.
I don't know if I'm even going to watch the results because
they clutter your brain.
It's not the space I need to be in right now, and I know that about myself, and so I'm going to follow my spiritual guidance on this one, and I'm not going to pay attention to it. And now somebody loves me enough out there that I'll learn about the results of whatever happened there.
Yeah, we'll find out. I mean,
that's right.
A few. It'll ding on my phone.
And I'm not trying to say it's not an importance or what have you, but
we want to know, but we're not gonna. We'd go look it up, but
I'll look it up later if it's that important to me and I haven't found out by then.
While we're streaming, that's the only downfall for us. We have to have all our info first, so we can share it with you. Because if I try to open a web page,
it's really hard because you have to know who you're listening to, and
that too.
Trust them.
Yeah, and but listen, there is something to be said about searching the truth within yourself, within your spirit. There's something to be said for that, because that'll guide you in the ways that you need to go to find out what the real truth is. And that'll guide you in the ways away from the fear mongering. Some of those fear mongers are putting out true things, but it's the way that they're, the way that they are presenting them that it's like it comes with its own horror movie music. You know what I mean? And I just don't let myself be affected by that anymore. So if I feel like I'm going to be affected by it, I won't watch it. If it's something that my spirit does not want to talk about, I will leave the conversation. I have no problem doing that. And that's not me being rude. People take that as me being rude. And I'm not trying to be rude. What I'm trying to do is avoid being rude. Because if you rile up certain things within me, I'm not always nice, I try to be nice. I try to live my life through a certain lens. But
you just always have to.
I tell you what, I got a backbone of steel in me too, and there are lines that I have that will not be crossed, and that is how I feel. So I don't know.
Hold on.
One moment. Just
I guess I'm on here by myself. So I hope everybody's doing well today. It's on the live stream. I'm Nancy. I live in Texas. Golly, where did California come from? Hi, Betty. You can talk with me.
Check a computer when you went and introduced her with Marina.
sorry about that, folks.
Long time old friend just called that I haven't heard from in
A long time, huh?
yeah, it's actually a long time since I've heard from her. We introduced Raina at 3 years old. About 3 years old to her. 3 or 4 to Hazel. We went up to Salem.
I thought she was about 18 months or 2 years.
Yeah, but she was still young. Yeah, she was still young. She was about 2, and she's now 10 years old. So it's been about 8 years since she's seen her. It's a good friend, and her husband and I were very good friends. He passed away 13 years ago, and yeah. So, and she called, and like I said, I haven't talked to her, and even before the COVID, it's been about 3 or 4 years since I've talked to her. So, what a blessing to hear from her. So I'll be calling her after the show here.
Yeah, sure. I've got friends, Patty and Mark and Ron, Wisconsin, and I got friends over in Mexico. And, yeah, it's hard when you leave friends all over the place. It's not easy on you.
Yeah.
But I have my boys with me. I have 2 grown boys. We all live here together.
Right on.
Good.
And what I was going to tell you about recipes and prepping. You have a neighborhood. I live all around me, and there's young people and older people, and there's always somebody on the block that will have the extra food or have the extra whatever. And that's what we need to start doing in communities, is figuring out in our number one. We've gotten so far away from that. And I said hi to one of my neighbors at church, and she didn't even know who I was, but she's really old. And she didn't even know who I was. And I had to tell her, I live 2 doors down on Quantum. It's just because we never go out and venture out for our space. And now they've had us shut down for the last couple of years. And that's not been any fun. And
Yeah.
so that things are one of my goals is to get outside my gate and just see who's out there, who lives out there. I know who all of them are, but I don't know any of them. Do y'all know your neighbors? Do y'all have a
Some of 'em.
mag?
Some of them, we're more open. I mean, even though we're kind of retracted, we're still a little more open so we can know our neighbors if anything happens. I mean, up here, you do watch out for neighbors because of fires. We all have wood stoves. We all have animals.
We all propane
So
tanks.
yeah, we all have propane tanks. So I mean, we pay attention to each other. We don't socialize, but we know it's the common goal up here. It is to protect each other, and we all know that. Even though we don't come together all the time, but when something does happen, we're talking, and then we're talking for months afterwards, and then it gets quiet again.
Yeah.
But even the kids around here know that people watch because you see something, you stop, you say something. I just
Yeah.
had a gentleman down here not more than about a month ago. Raina and I went out for a cart ride. Never seen the car before. He's up in one of the oil well divots up inside the. He just kind of pulls up in with his car or whatever. I don't care what he was doing. Could have been doing something that was not good for my daughter to see, or even if I wanted to see it. He was alone. It doesn't really matter. He was on somebody else's property. And the
Yeah.
point that I gave him, I said, hey, I'm not trying to make you feel nervous, or so I didn't start anything. Basically, how I approached it. It's like, I'm not trying to make you feel nervous or anything like that, but I will let you know the owner finds out you're here, and he's going to have the sheriff called, and it's going to be a SWAT team. Not a SWAT team, but he's going to have a couple sheriffs out here immediately. I said, he's very cautious about people being on his land. I said, I'm just letting you know. So, and he moved on, and he went on about his way. But it's still the point. You still have to be very careful. He was a Hispanic. I mean, I don't know what he was doing, but for all I know, I don't know. But I didn't want it to be here. Just kind of take it somewhere else, less than a mile down the road. So we don't need it.
Prove what they've done.
And then the next car that passed me, I knew that neighbor, and he was one of up past us, and I let him know. He turned around and he went back down the road following him to get his license plate number. So, it's we're very cautious around it. It's not just us; it's everybody. I mean, if something's not right and we say something, people start poking their nose in it. Make sure the kids are safe.
And the other thing is we watch strange vehicles, all the different hunters that have cams on the hills watch, and if somebody strange is on the hill wandering across property lines willy-nilly, we all know about it.
There's 300 acres right in front of me on this side over here.
Everybody's loose farm animals seem to wander onto our property, so we get to meet a lot of neighbors that way.
Yeah. And they've, like she said, those trail cams, those deer cams, they have them posted throughout their entire properties. And if anything's hinky, they let us know, and then they take it down to the village of Kilbuck and let the council know. And then, it's people are very aware.
And we don't have police in our village. We have the sheriffs that watch over our village.
Department out here. We live outside of Austin, about 25 miles, and it's on Lake Austin, which runs into being Lady Bird Lake downtown. Used to be North Lake, but anyway, it's right on the under the dam of Mansfield Dam off of Lake Travis.
Oh, okay.
Out here, I'm like between the two lakes. And we have just, and Apache Shores is about, I would guess, 75% Hispanic, because it's just a very small trailer community, and we have lots, and seems like, well, I have mine completely fenced in. So, and with me, I know where the elderly and the children are in the neighborhood, you know, and I used to know where the dogs lived and stuff like that because when people had dogs and I knew who they were, I could always get them back home and stuff. But we just live like a postage stamp almost. But we have a little hobby farm here. I raised well, I'm on my second set of tortoises, and the first guy he got so big I had to sell him because he kept busting through the fence. He was about 125 pounds, and his body was as big as my body. He was just enormous, you know. He was a big old boy, and now I got two smaller ones, and they just run around the yard. They eat grass. Yeah, we have a lot of fun just hanging out.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's leaving out to see the
Let's really see the
results.
results. I don't
Well,
blame them. You know,
here's the thing. Um, I talk about we're all connected. I talk about that every day. So the reason that I'm not watching the results with the rest of the nation with bated breath, who are all sitting there staring at their televisions or their YouTubes or their Rokos or their TVs, waiting to hear these miraculous results that may or may not move their goalpost again, is that I don't want to put my energy with that right now. I will watch it later and find
How
out. I will definitely find out what those results were reported to be.
I
But
just
uh, I don't. I can't lend my energy to that process because I think that perhaps that energy buildup there is not for the right purposes. Make sense?
yeah, it does. It's they don't even have it on. I turn my TV over to look and see if they have anything, and they don't have anything up right now on the news feed.
yeah. So I mean, you know,
And
it's
well,
all in time.
here's the thing. We talk about it all the time about not giving our energy to.
You
to
think of, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Um,
we talk about it all the time, not giving our energy to these big corporations or these big fake phony politicians or the following this person or that person, and you're putting your energy into these things, and people talk about that without even realizing that they're already putting their energy into whoever they're communicating with, whoever they're watching. You're giving energy to that, right? So you have to be careful where you place your energy, where you allow your energy to go, and what group you allow it to be part of is important too.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
with the results, just pertaining to the results uh, of what's going on with the tickets, and it's like everybody's been waiting. So you look at it. I'm gonna look at it from a cooking point of view, waiting for a washed pot to boil.
Mhm.
Doesn't boil until the last second then, and when it does, you're I don't know. I get a kick out of watching it boil because you see all the little bubbles coming up, and then you get to the next rumble part, and then the next rumble part, and you have a whole bunch of bubbles, and you got big ones, small ones, little ones, tiny ones, all in different shapes. And then once you turn the heat down a little bit, it all starts to go down to a simmer, and you have about the same amount of bubbles. Well, if you think about that as all these tickets and everything on how they want to present things and the way media goes, we don't know what's going to be what until just let it simmer down a little bit. Let the chaos go ahead, and then let the truth really seep out, because it in the end it will. It just there's you know that's how I kind of look at it. It's like a boiling pot, and it's at its point right now. Everybody's ready to see all the everything. Well, that's the biggest point of boil, and just
It,
let it
uh,
let it come down a little bit after they report and see what's going on, because you're going to hear from everywhere different numbers, from things to people to the counties, and it's going to be big. That's all I know. It's going to be big.
And if the left has any way, their way about it, they'll sweep it under the rug as soon as that
If they
hot
can, yes,
air will go out,
absolutely.
simmer, and they'll think, okay, let's go on to the next crisis and get them all distracted. And that's
Yep.
the one thing that the gentleman, Mr. Lindell, has been saying. They're trying to get our minds off of what's really the what the real question is.
Just- Yeah, exactly. There you go. That'll stop the water from draining down. Yeah.
So yeah, live for today.
Live for today.
Be conscious of where you put your energy and how you use your thoughts. Because we are creators. We're co-creators with God. And
Right.
so I think if you think about that, and if you keep that as a conscious thought and try to truly understand the meaning of that, you'll understand that where you put your thoughts is where you put your energy. So, and I noticed that in trying to practice that myself, there are a lot of shows that I don't watch anymore. And I have no desire whatsoever to go check them out at all.
It's not edifying for your walk with the Lord.
No. And so I mean you have to listen to that part of yourself. I think it's vital. Hi, Pappy.
I can't see the chat where I'm at, so
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
We
it's-
understand.
Happy Two Bears just came in. And once again, and yes, hello Maria. I know I said hi on chat earlier, but hello, good to see you.
Hello, hello, hello. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a good topic for today with everything that was going to be going on with, you know, the results coming out and everything, and just as kind of like your friendly neighborhood reminder, you know, don't forget to live now. Don't
Yeah.
forget to live right now.
coming out on Friday so that nothing can happen until the following, 2 days have passed. And yeah, they do that a lot. Or they'll vote on something on the weekend. And,
Yeah.
it goes all the way back to Genesis in the Bible. It all started then, and they're still working on that same agenda that Nimrod had whenever he was building the Tower of Babel. The very same agenda has been, they're in it for the long haul. They're not in it short term. They've been doing this for years, and it's just been going, slowly going. And it's like they jumped in with both feet and decided to accelerate it this year for some reason. So, whatever their reason is, we're going to find out sure soon. But yeah, you just have to be stay on your game, on top of your game. Be careful.
Yep.
Smile and love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul.
That's all you can do. Faith 360.
Well, I want to get a little bit of work and stuff done today.
So you want to drop off.
We'll go ahead and pop off. If nobody is against that.
All right. Well, we didn't have much else to go with today, so I'm glad everybody came in. And thank you for joining us. And Monty joined us. And I think he's over on Craig the Hunters right now. We do have some stuff we need to get done. And
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Maria.
I just dropped my phone number in the chat.
Oh,
I'll-
okay.
Do I have your email address for sending recipes, or do you want me to text
Yeah,
it?
it's It's ONOT Woods at Gmail. ONOT Woods at Gmail.
ONOT at Woods.
No, not at Woods.
Here,
It's
I got it in chat for you, or the private chat.
Great.
and it's also on the About tab of our YouTube channel. If you guys go to our YouTube channel, if you want to email me, the email is on the About tab.
Okay.
Yep, and I'll put it in the description as soon as we take this down. I'll put the email in.
Okay. We'll put that in my. I have a Proton. I'm LEM Turtle at Proton, so I'll stick that in there and email you. Okay. Well, you guys have a wonderful afternoon.
Well, Craig just went down.
He played a song.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, heaven's sakes. Well, they'd be welcome to come over here, I suppose. But we do. We got to go get some stuff done. And
Yeah.
you guys know we're still working in the house and stuff, too.
Love y'all.
But we do. We love y'all. Thank you, Robert, for doing that for me. And Aunt Betty, I will send that to you. And Robert, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and pass your number to her, or vice versa. I did, Pappy. I just haven't had a chance to call you. I lost 4 hours today, too, somewhere. But I'm gonna call you. What time are you on California time there, Pappy Bear? Have 2 bears.
Thank you, LH.
All right. Well, we love y'all. Have a great day. And Pappy, I will be reaching out to you. And Love Pugs, I will be reaching back out to you. All right. Thank you, Nancy, for coming up. Thank you guys in chat for being here. We love you guys.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right.
Good
Yep.